Welcome back to Arlington and the Big 12 Baseball Championship presented by Phillips 66. And on this side of the bracket, it's down to two teams. The 8th seed UCF Knights and the 2 seed Cowboys of Oklahoma State meeting for the second time in 2 nights. Last night's game wasn't decided until the wee hours of this morning. Here's the bracket. The Sooners, who won the regular season, they're in tomorrow night's title game on ESPN at 7 Eastern. The winner of this game will take on the Sooners tomorrow night. Alongside Greg Swindell, I'm Clay Matvick. It's great to have you with us for this semifinal. So here we go again, the rematch. We'll see what gives this time around. We just saw Oklahoma State wrap up a 4-0 win over Texas Tech. It was a beauty on the mound and some really timely hitting.
Sam Garcia pitching beautifully, like you said, this afternoon to win the first game against the Red Raiders in total command. He had the Red Raiders chasing the fastball out of the zone, used his off speed occasionally, but would go 8 shutout innings, and then in the bottom of the 8th, Nolan Schubert would come up big with a 2-0 lead, a 2-run homer, 422 feet to put the game out of reach, 4-0.
What a first year in the Big 12 it has been for the UCF Knights. This team has won 2 games here, both in extra innings. You talk about timely hitting. The Knights offense has come to play at the exact right time.
Now, they were able to get to Oklahoma State late in the game last night to tie it up. Cedarburg would come up and hit a big home run right here out of the ballpark. That would tie it up. It would go to extra innings. And Nestler would come up in extra innings, a pinch hit roll, get a single to left field, drive in the go-ahead run. They would hold on to beat the Cowboys last night.
A.J. Nestler, the hero, comes off the bench cold in that long ball game and gets it done. But pitching is going to play a big role in this game tonight for UCF. For more on that, let's go down to Taylor McGregor.
Yeah, and Clay, pitching has been the story for UCF this season. When Rich Wallace took over this program, the first call he made was to Drew Thomas to try to recruit him as his pitching coach. Thomas was with Coastal Carolina as the pitching coach in 2016 when that squad won it all, and he had spent the previous 2 years with the Milwaukee Brewers. He's known to be an elite pitching coach. He told me today that the biggest difference for him the last few years was learning from some of the best in the game, like Josh Hader, Devin Williams, and how he saw those guys have really been able to simplify. There are a lot of guys out there with good stuff, but the best ones are able to execute over and over. He's tried to take those principles and implement them to everybody in this UCF pitching staff, and it has worked so far. They had the 2nd best team ERA in the Big 12 this season, and they're trying to continue that dominance on the mound here tonight.
All right, T-Mac, and Wiley Hartley is going to get the start for the Knights tonight. We'll talk about him in a little bit, but here is the Knights batting order. It is Brait to lead it off, followed by Prevesk, Ziska, Bodecker. We talked about Cedarburg. Danny Neary on Tuesday night with 3 home runs. Williamson, Calise, and Kluska. Same cast of characters as last night against Oklahoma State. They're going to be facing one of the best in this conference, and dare I say the entire country. Brian Holiday, the junior, will make the start. No relation to head coach Josh Holiday. In fact, just 1 L for Brian, but not many L's on his record this year.
Yeah, 5-3. The innings, 95 innings, again, over 100 strikeouts and only 18 walks. Look at that whip. That whip below 1. Walk and hits per innings pitched below 1 for Holiday. Having a really great year and looking to pitch the Cowboys into the championship game.
And away we go in our semifinal from Arlington. And the first pitch is in there for strike 1. Andrew Brait leading it off here for the Knights and wearing that C on his chest proudly. One of the 4 captains. That was voted on by the teammates. Swing and a miss. Good start here for Holiday, working ahead 0-2.
He's going to have a 4-pitch mix. Fastball, slider, changeup, and a curveball. See the fastball in the low 90s.
That is something. 3 pitches, 1 out. Can't get more efficient than that.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Got him to chase again. The fastball up out of the zone.
Brian Holiday, a Saturday starter behind his teammate Sam Garcia, and he's trying to follow up Garcia's beautiful outing. And we saw earlier tonight as he pitched into the 8th inning.
5'11" is Holiday, but he brings it at you. Not afraid to throw strikes. It doesn't, I mean, limited his walks, almost 100 innings, only 18 walks. Both these starting pitchers for Oklahoma State filling the zone up, as we saw Garcia in game 1.
That hit Prevesk. Got him on the foot. And so Holiday loses Prevesk, the 2-hole hitter in left field again tonight.
A breaking ball. Look. Just a little breaking ball, just got just below the knee there.
So Holiday will throw from the stretch here for the first time tonight as Jack Ziska comes up for UCF. Ziska 3 for 10 in the championship with an RBI. Prevesk, couple of stolen bases on the year, not a great stolen base threat. What do you anticipate here early as far as an offensive approach for UCF?
I mean, they've been aggressive. One thing you can be against Holiday, because he does throw a lot of strikes, is be aggressive.
Chase that one up.
But if once he sees you being aggressive, he's going to throw the breaking balls and throw the ball out of the zone, because he'll get you to chase him.
Because of Garcia's excellent start here earlier tonight, it's a well-rested Oklahoma State bullpen. And again, Oklahoma State got the bye on Tuesday as the 2 seed. So this is just the 3rd game. Beat Texas Tech Wednesday, lost to UCF last night, and then won earlier today, 4-0 over the Red Raiders, knocking Texas Tech out of the tournament. In on the hands, and a foul pop-up, and Carter makes the catch. Charlie Carter getting the start behind the plate for the Cowboys in this ball game, and he records the 2nd out of the inning.
Only started 17 games this season for the Cowboys.
But again, it's all hands on deck right now.
Yeah, getting the nod tonight. Give Doherty a little rest after catching game 1.
This is Lex Bodecker now with 2 outs. 6'1", 225-pound junior from Ohio. Hit 16 homers last year. He's got 6 on the season in 2024.
Having a pretty good week here in Arlington.
For sure. Doesn't have a homer here, but 4 for 10. Couple of runs batted in. Has a double. Runner at first is Prevesk. And that's a strike on the outside corner. Home plate umpire is Chris Koski for this final game of the day. One on, the 2-out, 1-strike pitch. Ground ball to second, and Ortiz flips to first. And UCF is done here in the 1st inning. Oklahoma State coming up for the first time in this game tonight. UCF goes quietly against Brian Holiday in the top of the 1st inning, and now here come the Cowboys in the bottom of the 1st. Zach Earhart, number 4, in his familiar leadoff spot, ready to go. He'll be followed by Binge, who has been terrific in the Big 12 championship. Schubert, that big 2-run home run just a little over an hour ago. Wolford, Brigham, Forsythe, Ritchie, Ortiz, and again Charlie Carter getting the start for the nightcap. 105 homers now, 2nd most in the Big 12 behind Texas. And they're going to be facing Wiley Hartley.
Wiley Hartley, the right-handed junior out of Atlanta, 6'3", 200 pounds, 3-2 on the season. ERA's a little elevated there. His last 3 starts, looking to change that tonight. Transferring from Campbell, where he was a 2-sport guy. Played quarterback in 2021 there.
For the Camels.
For the Camels.
It's one of the best nicknames in college sports. Kangaroos at Kansas City. That's a pretty good one, too. I like that one.
Threw for 15 touchdowns and 1,700 in his career there, a couple years.
Hey, no slouch for sure. He's a great athlete. And we'll see if he can shut down Oklahoma State. He's got a pretty good rhythm going after a win earlier tonight. Earhart. He'll take ball one. Zach get in center field. 3 for 9 in the championship. Has a home run, 3 runs batted in. You know, last night, UCF out-hit Oklahoma State 14-7. Josh Holliday would like to see more offense against the Knights here tonight. Foul back. And Earhart has been a really good table setter throughout the year. There's Josh, year number 12.
Game one, they had 9 hits earlier against Tech. It was 2-0 until the 8th, and Schubert hit a big 2-run home run, separated.
Just missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Earhart, followed by Binge and Schubert here in the first inning. 26th game at Globe Life here in the last 3 years for these Cowboys. So that's wrapped to short. Mikey Kluska's there. He'll throw across for the first out. You know, you play that many games at Globe Life, Zeke, and there's an advantage to it. You know, especially against UCF that, you know, they're playing here for the first time. And, you know, Cowboys play in February here. They play the Big 12 tournament here, and that's an advantage for Oklahoma State.
Yeah, Cowboys like a home away from home. Not too far from Stillwater. Yeah, when you play here, you kind of get used to the surroundings because there's a lot of nooks and crannies and nuances here on the field. A little bit of foul territory, but all the outfield, just a lot of different angles.
How good has this guy been? Not just here at the tournament, but all season. Carson Binge. 6 for 13, a home run, a couple of runs batted in, 10 total bases for the Cowboys right fielder. That's another base hit. Binge is on again. 1 out base runner for the Pokes.
Got a change up there from Hartley. This is past the diving Andrew Brait. Fooling too much, right on it, and 1 hop through the infield.
I'll bring up Nolan Schubert. Schubert with his 18th home run of the year in that win over Texas Tech earlier tonight. That was just his 2nd hit of the championship, but he's been finding his way on in other ways.
Walked 6 times, 5-6 times.
He's walked 6 times in the tournament. 56 runs batted in for Big Nolan. Again, occupying left field, cuts on that one and misses. 1-1. Wiley Hartley on the mound. 6'3", 200-pound junior out of Atlanta. His longest start of the year, Zeke, was a 6-inning affair at Kansas. And, you know, if he can go deep into this ball game.
It's not like you're undefeated, but you don't have a game to wiggle with.
Well,
you lose this one.
You lose this one, you're done. But also, thinking ahead to tomorrow, should you advance? You know, the more arms that you have rested and available for that championship game against the Sooners, the better. Sooners lie in wait for whoever comes out of this one. This one hit well. Deep right field. Going back is Ziska. And it's gone. Goodbye, home run. Nolan Schubert. His 2nd home run in as many at-bats. And it's 2-0 Pokes.
One in the game one went over the Cowboy bullpen in left center. This one here, another changeup. Went out and got it, yanked it just over the fence in right field. Just through the railing out there.
You could just see it coming with him.
He had been swinging the bat well, hitting the ball good, but just hadn't been able to keep it fair. The last two, fair and out of the park.
Strike to Tyler Wolford here, the Oklahoma State third baseman. 3 batters in. Cowboys have a 2-run lead. This one is flicked down the line, foul ground. Bodecker goes back. Bodecker, by the way, pretty good fielding first baseman we have found out here in the last few days. He makes that catch for the second out. That'll bring up Brigham.
Game last night, Cowboys jumped for 4 in the first inning off the night.
That's right. Here's Brigham now. JUCO All-American a couple of years ago, has been a big part of what the Cowboys have been about the last 2 seasons. He's had a tough time in this tournament, however. 1 for 12. Does have a RBI sac fly to his credit, but 5-hole hitter. Would like to see his bat wake up.
Last 2 at-bats hasn't had anyone on base for him. Schubert taking care of all of it.
Swung out and missed. That's the 6th home run that Hartley has given up this year, that 2-run shot by Schubert. But 5 in the last 6 appearances, so he's been giving up some long balls. Puts the Knights behind here early, and that's called strike 3. Brigham goes down looking, and the inning is over. Good start for Oklahoma State, trying to get into a bedlam match with the Sooners tomorrow night, and it's Nolan Schubert again. Good first inning for Brian Holiday as he climbs back on the hill here in the second inning to face Cedarburg, Neary, and Williamson. 5, 6, and 7 for UCF. Knights beat Cincinnati in 11 on Tuesday night, and then had the day off, and then beat Oklahoma State last night in 11. Now Cedarburg fouls this one off. Of course, Cedarburg had a home run. He is 3 for 11 in the championship with a couple of runs batted in. He's Greg Swindell. I'm Clay Matvick. Our crew here, bleary-eyed and a little tired.
Yep.
It's especially for the camera folks and the production crew. I mean, it's a long day, and we really appreciate their efforts as this one is fouled off.
Yeah, we get to show up at 4 o'clock, walk in, get our notes together, say hi, give knuckles to everybody. These people have been here since 5 this morning.
Yeah.
Camera people, truck people, stats. I mean, Runes and Victor earlier, Zonk earlier this week.
Swing and a miss. Cedarburg goes down on strikes. Brian Holiday with his second strikeout.
Well, Neary turned a lot of heads around the game on the opening game for UCF when he hit 3 home runs in a single game. He said that was the first time in his baseball career he's ever done that. He got a ton of love from his friends over text messages on social media, but there was one guy in particular who was tweeting at him, and that was ESPN NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski, and everybody was confused why Woj was tweeting at a kid from UCF. Was he a UCF alum? What's the story there? Well, come to find out, Nirai's dad and Woj grew up together in Connecticut. Nirai's dad was the best man in Woj's wedding, and so they've been friends their entire life, and he always loves to see Danny do well, and that's the connection there. But you love to see the love on social media, and the questions have been answered. That's the connection.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, T-Mac, Nirai's parents were here the other night, and they were both in tears. I mean, it was so emotional. 3 home runs in a game. I mean, that's a once-in-a-lifetime type thing, especially in this setting. Big 12 championship.
And I asked him, okay, be honest, your final at bat, were you going up there looking to homer? And he said, I'm not going to lie, at first, yes, because there was 2 outs, nobody on. And you think if we're going to win this thing, it's going to be via the homer. But then he said as the at-bat went on, he threw a high heater up and in. I didn't think I had a chance on it, and all of a sudden it's out of the ballpark. So funny how at-bats evolve.
Well, Nirai gets hit by a pitch here. He's at first. Fly ball. Williamson sends it to deep left center field. Tracking it well is Earhart. He'll fire it back in. Scampering back to first is Nirai. And he's back standing up. Danny Nirai. This is a Big 12 tournament record for a single game. 3 homers.
That one about 20 rows up. Out in right center. The biggest one came in that last at bat you heard Taylor talking about. The eventual game winner. Boom.
Danny has been a great addition for the UCF Knights. Notre Dame transfer kind of came along as a package deal with Rich Wallace from South Bend. Now, of course, Rich was at Florida State last year with Link Jarrett, and then before that at Notre Dame. But they really had a great relationship in South Bend, and Danny wanted to play for Rich. What a great story Rich Wallace is, too, as Braden Calise stands up there with 2 outs. Orlando native, played for the Knights back in the early 2000s. I think if you ask him, he'll tell you the dream job for him was coaching UCF. And now that the Knights are in a traditional baseball conference, a power conference, I mean, he's got this thing going at the right time.
Very happy for him. He put in a lot of work, a lot of days to get to this point. Here he is. He got his team 1 game away from getting into a championship against the Sooners in his first year.
You know, and everyone seems to believe that UCF is in the tournament. RPI is good. Resume looks pretty good. And they've done well here this week. Not to damage that in any way. And, you know, of course, if they win the whole thing, it doesn't matter. They'll be the automatic qualifier from the Big 12. And wouldn't that be an amazing story in year 1 in this conference?
I mean, they're 1 win away from getting to that championship game. That's already pretty amazing.
Third baseman Braden Calise at the plate. Calise 3 for 10 for the tournament with a run scored. 2 outs. 2-1 pitch here from Brian Holiday. Swung on and missed. It's 2-2.
2 base runners for the Knights. Both got on hit by pitch.
What does that say? Is he maybe trying to be too fine with those inside pitches?
I think, well, I think it's breaking too much. And but they're both been left-handed hitters, and they give up on it, and then it breaks into their leg. Neither one of them have tried to get out of the way of it because it breaks late.
Another long set. Holiday throws to center, looping liner. Earhart coming in, dives, can't make the catch. Binge quick there to back it up. So Nirai will stop at second base. What an effort, though, by Zach Earhart. He covers so much ground in center field, and he nearly got to that ball.
He got a good jump. Plays shallow. Plays real shallow to begin with, but got a jump on it, and Neareye held up right there. If he's running all the way, he might. Oh, he kind of put the glove down before the ball got there. With 2 outs, Neareye should have been off. I mean, I think he should be on third right now. He kind of stopped, thinking the ball might be caught. Then he had to stay because he wasn't going to make it after that.
Boy, the competitive juice is flowing there. Earhart, you can just tell he's a little upset with himself, pounding his chest, muttering to himself. Little flare. Brigman will run out of room.
You see Neareye right here. He's right there. He's with 2 outs. You don't need to stop. It's like he didn't know there was. I mean, if there's 1 out, he's going to be out going back to first anyway if it's caught. He should have kept going.
Mikey Kluska up there. 2 on, 2 out. Kluska, the former West Virginia Mountaineer, who has bounced around in his college baseball career. First West Virginia, then last year he was at Richmond, and now with UCF back in the Big 12. Foul ball. Made the Big 12 all-freshman team back in 2021 with the Mountaineers. By the way, Randy Mazey's Mountaineers, they're projected as a lock for the NCAA tournament, probably going to be a 2 seed somewhere. Did not have a good week here, went 0-2, but Randy Mazey's got a good ball club, and of course he's hanging it up at the end of the season, retiring. They would love to send him out in style with maybe a trip to Omaha, which they haven't done.
Wouldn't that be something? Yeah, right now I think they had them going to the Virginia region.
Yeah, I saw that. That would be interesting. Earlier in the season, a couple weeks ago, I saw a projection where they might go to Kentucky. That would be good too. There's some history there. 2 on, 2 out. 1-2 count on the number 9 hitter Mikey Kluska as Brian Holiday steps off.
It's 1 step off. Always do what the umpires give. I don't know why they do that, but it just means it's 1. The next one will be a ball.
Just get the 1. Holiday comes home, and another foul ball. This is Kluska giving Holiday fits here in the 9-hole. Kluska in the championship, 3 for 10, 2 doubles and an RBI. Swung on and missed. Holiday gets out of the inning. That's what makes him so good. Little trouble, but he works around it. Back under the roof in Arlington in the Phillips 66 Big 12 Baseball Championship. Alongside Greg Swindell and Taylor McGregor, I'm Clay Matvick. It's been a fun week, and it all comes to a head tomorrow. Oklahoma against one of these 2 great teams, UCF and Oklahoma State. 2-0 Cowboys as we're off to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Forsythe, Ritchie, and Ortiz for the Pokes. Brian Holiday has been staked to a nice little lead. So far, he has looked solid on the mound. Forsythe in the tournament. 2 for 8. A couple of runs batted in for Oklahoma State. Had 2 singles in the game earlier tonight that knocked Texas Tech out.
2 perfect sliders from Hartley. Finds himself in the hole 0-2.
Just got a piece of it. Hartley, as you mentioned, 2-sport athlete. He was a stud in high school. Great quarterback and pitcher on the baseball team in Atlanta at North Atlanta High School. The 0-2 from Hartley. That's inside. So, you know, Carson Binge, a two-way star. Hartley's a two-sport star. That's called strike 3, and Hartley has his second strikeout. In fact, back-to-back as he got Briggerman looking to end the first.
Briggerman to end the first. Little fastball that came back over the plate. This one's a four-seamer that stays right on plane.
Colin Ritchie making his second straight start for Oklahoma State. Back in the lineup is the designated hitter. He had an RBI double in the third inning of our earlier game tonight against the Red Raiders. It actually ended up being the game-winning hit as they shut out Texas Tech. Colin Ritchie, a freshman out of Atoka, Oklahoma. I tell you, he's done a nice job here. We saw him get a base hit as a pinch hitter in the 7th against Texas Tech in the first game for Oklahoma State on Wednesday night, and being productive in the regular lineup now. That goes between the legs of the catcher, Neareye. They've got big plans for Ritchie, a big, strong player that they think has a ton of potential.
They came through Austin. And then down there near him while they were stretching before batting practice. And hard to believe some of these young men are 18, 19 years old.
He doesn't look like an 18-year-old.
They're big.
Full count. Hartley's pitch just missed. So a one-out walk for the DH Colin Ritchie, and Ortiz will come up. First walk allowed by Wiley Hartley.
Keeping the ball down. That's one thing. I mean, you see a lot of pitchers, they'll walk and the ball's out and up and high, but Hartley round the plate right now, and just pitch was a little down.
Avery Ortiz was 1 for 4 against UCF last night. He's got a couple of hits in the championship. He has solidified the job at second base over the second half of the year for Josh Holliday. One and one the count. Ritchie's off, and that's a fair ball. Hit and run was on. Ritchie to third, and he's being waved around, trying to score. Ball is cut off, and it's 3-0 Oklahoma State. Avery Ortiz. Hit and run double. That makes it 3-0.
Saw a couple times in game 1 for Oklahoma State today. They were attempting some hit and runs. That ball down in the zone. Gets it inside the bag, then it disappears in the corner. Colin Ritchie coming all the way around from first base as he was off with the pitch.
Those are two rookies right there, Zeke. Ritchie, a freshman, Ortiz, a freshman. The future is long and bright for Oklahoma State, as it usually is. And here's Charlie Carter. Carter making his first start of the Big 12 championship, and dare I say, another freshman.
I was about to say, speaking of freshmen.
Two runs in the first, one here in the second for Oklahoma State, as they're trying to get into a Bedlam championship game against Oklahoma. It would be the final game as conference opponents.
They'll probably still play each other and have some bedlam going on.
But not in the same league.
But it won't,
at least for the time being.
Right.
Wouldn't that be something, though? Called strike to Carter. So now it's 3-1.
It's always good to play your rival in meaningful championship games.
No doubt. Bragging rights on the line for sure. Plus a trophy. Strike two. Filling out the count. Battling back is Hartley. Hartley wants to get this done right here, so he can have 2 outs when he faces Earhart in the top of the order. Soft liner, and that's going to be caught. Back on the outfield turf is Brate to make the catch. Looked at first, Zeke, like that was destined for the outfield turf, but Brate gets back there to make the catch for the second out.
Those floaters look like they will get over the head, but a nice little jump. Brate got a good jump on that little floater. Got to it.
2 down. Earhart grounded out to Kluskett short his first time up. Boy, did Zach Earhart get out to a great start this season. He was hitting really well in February and March. In fact, in the month of March, hit .405. Coming off a tough sophomore year where he dealt with a shoulder injury. He has put that behind him. And what a terrific campaign in 2024. Three for 10 in the Big 12 championship. Earhart, a 2-run shot. His first at bat Wednesday against Texas Tech, his 12th home run of the year. This one hit high, foul ground, and it's going to land foul. Preves came over there. Kluskett gave it a look. Neither one could get to it. The 12 homers for Earhart are more than his output from his first 2 seasons combined. He has found a power aspect to his game that, you know, Josh Holliday kind of knew he had. It's just as he matured as a hitter, it was going to come to the forefront.
I think we found the power output in those forearms.
Oh, no doubt.
Whoa.
That just missed.
Good pitch there from Hartley.
2-2. That was off the plate.
Always looks better live.
This one's hit a ton to left field on the warning track. Preves can't make the catch. Another run will score. Ortiz is in. Heading to third is Earhart. Diving, he makes it. RBI triple for Zach Earhart.
That ball hit on the line from Earhart. Preves couldn't get to it off the wall. Got a pitch up. He hammered it. Telling it, get out, get out. Preves, nice effort out there, but bounces off the wall back towards the infield. Zach Earhart not stopping. Watch him slide all the way and watch the foot stay on the base. Perfect slide.
And now visit to the mound. This is Rich Wallace out.
There's an arm up for the Knights in the bullpen.
A lot of yes sirs going on right there for Wiley Hartley as he talks to his head coach. Stays in. Yeah, he's got to be careful here. You have to tread lightly to the next guy at the plate as you see the UCF bullpen. Santala getting loose. This is Carson Binge, already a single tonight. He's got 7 hits in the tournament. Sprays that one foul.
Right-hander was Chase Santala for the Knights.
We haven't seen him yet.
No. Got the single number. Number 8.
Strike 2 on Binge. This inning started out okay for Wiley Hartley. He got Forsythe to go down looking. But then a walk, an RBI double, a soft liner that was caught, and then that triple by Earhart, which scored Ortiz. 2-run inning. That one's fouled back. 2 in the first, 2 here in the second for Oklahoma State. There's Earhart. That was his first triple of the year. It's almost hard to believe considering how well he runs. Called strike 3. Binge goes down looking. Hartley gets UCF off the field, but 2 more in. And the Cowboys lead it 4-0 here at Globe Life.
Rich Wallace in the first year as head coach of this program, trying to get his team to the championship game tomorrow. And when you talk about Rich Williams, he is surrounded every single day by so many people who love baseball, but perhaps nobody more so than his wife, Alex. Alex grew up in Omaha, and she says she has never once missed an opening weekend of the College World Series. So much so that she convinced Rich to get married at Rosenblatt Stadium. Here are some photos from their 2010 wedding at Rosenblatt before it was torn down, but it was nostalgic, and he made sure to tell me that it was Alex's idea, not his idea. And they've passed the love of baseball along to their 2 girls, Easton and Max. Max is actually the bat girl in this game here today. And when I was talking with Rich before the game, he told me that there's a lot of moving that is involved when you're a head coach's daughter. And so part of the trade-off when Dad was allowed to accept the UCF job was that Easton was allowed to bat girl the games. So she certainly has embraced the love of baseball with her father, and it is a family affair for the Wallaces.
Thanks, T-Mac. Appreciate that.
A little pat on the head.
Yeah. That's great to, have a job where you can have your kids around like that. Because we all know how busy these coaches can be, and you're allowed to keep them close like that.
I think Dan
Let them see you work.
Fitzgerald had a couple of his sons with him this afternoon. Yeah, that's when you can enjoy the time with them here at the ballpark.
This could be 2. And it is. Andrew Brate leads off the inning with a base hit, but then Matt Prevesk wraps into a twin killing here. 2 outs in the 3rd.
Doesn't get much easier than that. Ground ball right at Forsythe. Steps on the bag, throws to first.
Brian Holiday has had base runners every inning, but no damage done. 4-0 lead here in the 3rd inning. Jack Ziska popped out behind home plate to the catcher Carter. He's 0 for 1. Rich Wallace was a Knights assistant coach under Jay Bergman for quite a time. That's a strike. 1-1 the count here to Ziska. Always wanted to come back to Orlando as the head man. And this is turning into quite a story here at the Big 12 championship. 2-0. The only thing is, this is single elimination now. They lose tonight. Doesn't matter that they're 2-0. Season won't come to an end here tonight because everyone believes that they're going to be in the national tournament, but their stay here in Arlington will be over.
And the format, single elimination today.
That's a strikeout. Ziska goes down swinging. Holiday. 4 strikeouts now. He's looked good through 3.
Oklahoma State leads 4-0 as we go to the bottom of the 3rd, and Nolan Schubart stepping into the batter's box. Schubert has as much wall power as anybody has on this team, as we've seen on full display the last 2 games. And it's crazy to think he almost didn't come to Oklahoma State. His freshman year of high school, growing up in Durand, Michigan, he was committed to go play for the Michigan Wolverines. And after a coaching change his senior year, his recruitment opened back up. And it was through Jackson Holliday that he found Oklahoma State. Jackson Holliday, Josh Holliday's nephew, and Nolan played travel ball growing up together. And so through that connection, he was put into contact with Josh, made a visit to Stillwater, and here he is. And they are very glad to have him, a guy who, like I said, has as much wall power as anybody on this team.
Big 12 co-freshman of the year last year, and leads Oklahoma State in average and home runs this year. Already a 2-run homer in this game. 2 in the first, 2 in the second for Oklahoma State.
Second 2-run home run of the day for Schubert.
It's a swing and a miss here. Wiley Hartley has battled here tonight for UCF. Still in the ball game, though, the starter for the Knights. 13th appearance, 9th start of the year. And struck him out. That's the way to come back against Schubert, who has been on fire here tonight.
Stayed with the fastball this time. Ball he hit out of the park was a changeup up over the plate.
Now bring up Tyler Wolford. Wolford popped out to Bodecker at first. He's 0 for 1. Wolford had 2 hits in 4 at-bats in the game earlier tonight against Texas Tech, including a double in the 7th inning. Came around to score on the RBI single by Forsythe, as Oklahoma State beat Texas Tech 4-0, eliminating the Red Raiders and probably ending Tech's season. We didn't even see them on the first 4 out list at any time during this week, so Texas Tech is done.
Yeah, I mean, they had a winning season as far as the record goes overall. Just things didn't go right down the stretch. Played well here in Arlington, just not enough.
Boy, Kansas sure played well. You know, got a win early this morning against TCU and gave Oklahoma a rub. Sooners walked it off in the 9th, but Kansas got out to a big lead in that game, just kind of ran out of gas.
Yeah, I mean, you're pitching. I mean, pitching starts to wear. They had a good start today, but throughout the game, Oklahoma, you could just see them just buying time, and all of a sudden they exploded towards the latter part of that game and won with a walk-off.
Wiley Hartley needs a good inning here in the 3rd, especially against these hitters 3, 4, and 5. He's already gotten Schubert popped up, and it's going to spin back out of play. UCF earlier today, the RPI was 32, so they're in decent shape for an at-large. 8th pitch coming here against Tyler Wolford. Cowboys fans have to sit down. Back-to-back strikeouts for Hartley. How about it? 5th strikeout for Wiley. 2 down.
Yeah, threw that fastball up out of the zone. Actually, it's a slider up out of the zone. You can see the spin on the ball. Just stayed up, swung right through it.
You got Brigham looking in the 1st inning to end the inning. As Colin continues to try to break out of a slump here in Arlington. 1 for 13 now at the plate. 264, 14 homers, 47 runs batted in. He's been good all year. They just need to get him back on track. And strike two, 1-2 the count.
Was that a line drive that he just pulled that far over there?
He did. It was so far in, and he was so far ahead of it.
Yeah.
Almost hit it behind himself.
I thought I might have been seeing things right there. Wow, he turned on that.
UCF played a really strong non-conference record. That's another reason that they're projected in the field. Went 19-3 in non-conference play. They're not afraid of anybody. That's why they've been so good here this week, too. 1-2 pitch. Line drive. Knocked down by the first baseman, Bodecker. Pitcher covering, got him. How about Lex Bodecker? I mean, he's been really good with the leather at first base in this tournament.
Let's try to keep it on the infield. Bodecker able to get that one like a hockey goalie almost. Recovered, made the pitch, and got out of the inning.
Back at Globe Life Field in the Phillips 66 Big 12 Baseball Championship. We've got UCF, we've got Oklahoma State in the semifinal for the right to play Oklahoma tomorrow. Oklahoma won the regular season under Coach of the Year Skip Johnson. They await the winner tomorrow night, 7 Eastern on ESPNU. Bouncing ball, Bodecker, who made that nice play at first, wraps to the first baseman himself for the first out of the night's fourth. This was earlier. Jackson Nicholas, distant relation of the Golden Bear, and hits a drive off the tee. We'll call that a hole-in-one. It's a walk-off, two-run homer for the Sooners. They're in the championship game.
Nothing more exciting than that right there, but I guess it'd be more exciting. They hit one in the championship game, but that put the Sooners in. They've been playing well all season, regular season champs now with an opportunity to win the tournament.
Bodecker with the out now. Cedarberg at the plate, and he'll hit it to third. Wolford is there. 2 up, 2 down. Brian Holiday, 3 2/3, no runs, 2 hits, has struck out 4, looking sharp here for the Cowboys.
For some reason he's upset with himself. Got the ground ball to thirds. 38 pitches in 3 2/3. Been in command of this ball game.
You know what you notice when you watch those walk-off celebrations is the guy, when he rounds third, always throws the helmet up in the air. You don't want to wear that helmet into that dog pile when they hit you on the head. You know, it was a ball player, like, it's a while now, 15 years ago or so, when that helmet came down on his nose was broken.
Sliced it up.
Yeah, and so everyone from now on has thrown the helmet away. It's a smart move. Neareye just got hit again. That's the second time Danny Neareye's been hit by a pitch in this ball game. Right in the ribs. That's the 4th time he's been hit by a pitch in this championship.
Because we're talking about 3 home runs. What did he get hit 3 times? Get hit twice in the game yesterday and now twice today.
2-out base runner, and Andrew Williamson, who had a deep fly to left center field, but Earhart was there to make the catch.
Holiday been in command. 11 of the 15 batters he's faced, 3 pitches or less. Getting it done quick.
Andrew Williamson 266, 4 homers, 23 runs batted in. He's a freshman out of St. Pete, Florida. Very respectable pitch count considering Holiday is 2 outs into the 4th.
That's 3 pitches or less, getting it done quick.
Yeah. Another fly ball. Earhart has it. And he hits near eye again, but no damage done. 3.5 in the books here in Arlington. Still 4-0 Cowboys. Well, the night is over for starter Wiley Hartley of UCF. And now Chase Santala comes out, 6'1", 205-pound right-hander out of Tampa, Florida.
19th
Senior
appearance.
Yep.
3-0 record. See the ERA, 7 saves for Santala. Got a big arm, fastball, slider. Will sink it occasionally, but fastball can be in the mid-90s on occasion.
You know, Wiley Hartley at least had a good inning to finish on. You look at that 3rd inning and who he got out. He got Schubert, Wolfert, and Brigham. 3, 4, and 5 in the order. He struck out Schubert and Wolfert and got a weak ground ball out of Brigham. It's a good way to go out. You have a good taste in your mouth, even though he's down 4-0. On the hook for the loss right now. Not a bad way to end it up.
You always want to end on a good note. And that was for Hartley. Now he'll give way to Santala, trying to keep it right here. Cowboys jumped on him for 2 in the 1st and 2 in the 2nd, but then scoreless in the 3rd and coming up here in the 4th.
UCF not out of this thing by any stretch of the imagination. Forsythe, Ritchie, and Ortiz to hit here for the Cowboys. 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Forsythe went down looking against Hartley his first time up. Hitting a shade below 300. We talked about it earlier today about the transfer portal and some of the big names who have been picked up out of the portal this year and who have helped their teams. You got to add Lane Forsythe to the list. Transfer from Mississippi State. Pushes it to the right side. Slow ground ball and not in time. It was not hit hard, and Braid was shaded toward the middle of the field. So it's an infield base knock for Lane Forsythe.
As a hitter, you know where the position players are, and they just reached out there and poked it head down the entire way. Really good hustle right there.
Hit number 5 for Oklahoma State. As Colin Ritchie comes to the plate again. Reached on a walk and scored in the 2nd. Colin Ritchie finding himself back in the Cowboys starting lineup on a regular basis again after being out of it for a while. Oklahoma State trying to win its 3rd game of the Big 12 championship and get into that final tomorrow night against their in-state rivals. Again, this is single elimination now, even though UCF is 2-0 and has beaten Oklahoma State. This round is single elimination. I don't think there's any doubt, too, that that day off and UCF had after the win over Cincinnati, because that game went 11 innings, helped them you know, last night in that long game against Oklahoma State.
Well, they've had a couple of tough games. So, yeah, anytime you play tough games, you need a little rest. I think 2-0, and they're able to get that day off.
They're going to call that an out at first base. Forsythe was off with the pitch. He gets to second. And Richie is out. Calise with a long throw, and Bodecker bobbled it, but he was ready to make a throw. The out had been completed. See, he was in the transition. So 1 out, and here comes Ortiz again. RBI double in the second.
Strong throw from Calise all the way across the infield. It's a balk.
Yeah, they just called a balk on Santala. Yeah, the first base umpire called it. Josh Shepis. And so now to third base, Forsythe. And Wallace is shaking his head. Here's another look. Did you see anything there?
I didn't see any movement or anything.
Was it a clock issue, maybe?
Well, clock issue, it wouldn't be a balk. Unless it, no, it's still, I don't think it's still a balk.
So Josh Shepis calls balk. Forsythe goes to third for Ortiz, who smashes one into left field. Forsythe will score. And it's 5-0 Cowboys.
Ortiz 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs now. Let's see how Santala reacts after the balk. Gave up the base hit. Infield drawn in, gets through the infield. 5-0 Cowboys.
Second at bat for Charlie Carter, who hit a soft liner to Braid at second base. He's 0 for 1. Carter getting the start behind the plate, swings at the first pitch and fouls it off. And Ortiz was off with that pitch. So Oklahoma State getting aggressive here, as you know, they've kind of got Santala maybe a little flustered here. Keep the pressure on.
Yeah, the balk, I don't know if he got the explanation of what he did, but sometimes you can get it flustered. On the slider there to Ortiz, got the base hit. And you can see the frustration, taking a deep breath now, collecting himself. The ball hit off of Carter's foot, giving him a little time.
1 strike the count on Carter. Ortiz at first. Another run in here this inning.
How the Cowboys lose the uniform competition. Love the uniforms.
From the Knights? Or the Cowboys?
The Cowboys.
I think the Knights have pretty sharp set of duds too.
Yeah. Well, they all do. But it's the old Baltimore Oriole look.
The helmet alone is just terrific.
And they old school. They wore those back when I was playing against, not the same ones. I mean, they ordered new ones since then.
When you were playing, that was back in the 1900s, right?
Yeah, last century. Sounds like a long time ago. It was a long time ago.
My kids will say that to me once in a while. That was back in the 1900s, right, Dan? Two to Carter. First to throw over to the bag, and Ortiz is in there sliding. That oven mitt. Ortiz 6 stolen bases on the year. He's been thrown out twice. Carter awaiting on the 2-2 pitch. Won't get it here. That's a big run here in the 4th inning, as Oklahoma State has tapped into this UCF bullpen. 5-0 lead. Oh, that hit him. Look out. Mercy. That, you can hear it up here. Ooh.
Foul ball off the foot. Now getting hit on the arm.
Charlie Carter wore that, and I got to imagine that stung a bit. 1st and 2nd, 1 out.
Oh. That'll make it go numb for a little bit.
Here comes another visit to the mound. The pitching coach making his way again.
He's got to settle him down a little bit. The ball got to him. After the walk, give it the single to Ortiz. And now hit Carter. A couple of Knights running out to the bullpen.
UCF talked about that non-conference record, how that has helped the resume. The RPI 32 coming into this one. They won 6 league series year 1 in the Big 12. They've only had 12 NCAA tournament trips all time, none since 2017, and only 3 in the last 20 years. So it looks like they're in right now.
7 days ago, their RPI was 43. Now it's 32.
Back to the top of the order, and Zach Earhart had an RBI triple his last time up. Earhart has a home run in this championship. Hit one against Texas Tech, a 2-run homer. 2 runners on with 1 out. UCF hurrying to get that bullpen ready to go. Sosnowski is loosening up. There's a strike, 3-1. Got Carson Binge on deck. This is probably, my guess is the last hitter Santala will see.
Sosnowski can get ready. Could be a reason for the throw to second right there, so you can get some more pitches. We always a little tactic you can use in the bullpen to throw extra pitches. Just throw a ball out on the field.
So you have to stop play.
They got to call timeout.
That's smart.
Go get the baseball, and while they're getting the baseball, you can throw 3 or 4 more.
And he walked him, bases loaded. That's not smart, but probably illegal. But when has that ever stopped you? So bases loaded. Carson Binge. We'll see if he faces Santala. Binge 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored.
Yeah, they're gonna have Nerai go out and have a conversation. Should be plenty of time for Sosnowski to be ready in the bullpen.
Santala only able to get 1 out here in the 4th. We saw Sosnowski in that win over Cincinnati on Tuesday night. And that was a total delay tactic there by Neareye. And now here comes Rich Wallace. We're going to have a pitching change here in Arlington. Santala gets one out, gives up a run, and is going to give Sosnowski a bases loaded situation. We'll see how he handles it when we come back.
This is another year of Squeeze Play.
Welcome into our studios.
Here we'll be checking in and out of all of these games.
Fans, they're not going out. We're staying.
He's always amped, but I think he's got a little extra mojo going.
Hexabuzz. Hexabuzz.
That is a lot of college baseball right there.
Here on Squeeze Play, we won't let you miss any of it.
Let's get quadratic. I can't wait to hear that for the first time from Maroons.
I was trying to learn the theory, whatever the algebra term is or whatever it is.
You were Googling that?
Oh, Kurt was.
Here's Chris Sosnowski in his 22nd appearance. You can see no wins, no losses, an ERA of 3.69. He's got a bases loaded situation with one out, and the best hitter for Oklahoma State due up next.
Outing Tuesday against Cincinnati. Couple innings. Give up 4 earned runs on 3 hits in that game.
What does he do?
In this situation, I mean, you come in with the bases loaded. If you give up one, or none is the ultimate, is what you want to do. One is good. You try to limit. Right now, you just want to get a ground ball. They're going to play back, try to get the double play. You'll trade a run if you get a ground ball right here.
But how would you attack this guy, though? Binge.
Well, I'm totally left-handed. I'm keeping the ball away from him, throwing sliders. Right-hander's a little different.
Binge 1 for 2. Big swing. He was trying to hit a grand slam right there.
For Binge, you just got to keep it out of the middle of the plate. That was a really good pitch right there. Trying to be aggressive first pitch with the bases loaded.
Binge 4 for 7 with the bases loaded this season. Pulls it foul just outside of the bag at first. Carson Binge, all Big 12 first team as an outfielder. Semifinalist for the Olerud Award. Leads Oklahoma State in 8 offensive categories. Outside, 1-2. Nolan Schubert hits next, and of course, he's already made an impact on this game with a 2-run homer back in the first. Danger territory here for UCF. Ground ball. Gonna be a tough play. A run will score. They're gonna get Binge at first. Ortiz comes across home plate. And that makes it 6-0. So Carson Binge is out. Nolan Schubert up. And this is what he did against Texas Tech. In his final at bat of that game, a 2-run shot. That made it 4-0. In his first at bat in this game, a 2-run homer in the first inning against Wiley Hartley to make it 2-0. It is now 6-0 Oklahoma State. Struck out looking his last time up against Hartley. Hop back foul. Ball and a strike to Nolan Schubert.
That one almost had press box distance. Furthest one I've seen come up here.
The 1-1. This has hit a ton, and just like the other night, foul. Hit one similar to that, except it was in the upper deck. Man, his timing right now is so close on everything.
He would like to hit it there. That'd be a fair ball if you hit it there.
And the 1-2 inside. Two pitch. Well, the pace of this game has changed since Hartley came out.
With a few more base runners, bases loaded.
Santala started the inning. Now Chris Sosnowski is on. Right-hander bringing the 2-2. And that's going to be a base hit over the second baseman, Brait, and 2 more runs are going to score. 8-0 Oklahoma State. Schubert delivers again. Boy, what a day for the long, tall cowboy.
He was able to bring his hands in just enough. Great playing back. Way on the turf. He couldn't get to it. Just placed it perfectly. So last 4 at bats for Schubert, 6 RBIs and a couple homers.
Big 2-out hit. Now Tyler Wolford. Snap throw to first. Schubert is back. We were talking about this earlier, you know. Remember against Tech on Wednesday night, Oklahoma State left 13 runners on base. They won that game, but they didn't have the timely hitting. They didn't have a ton of hits last night against UCF. Ended up getting beat. That was a big 2-out hit there by Schubert to expand the lead. And we're seeing timely hitting in this game. We saw it earlier for Oklahoma State today.
The ball started finding holes.
Yep.
You put the ball in play, a lot of things good can happen. So they weren't able to get the base hits, hit them in the right spots.
High fly ball to right field. Ziska coming in. And finally the Knights can come back to the dugout. Big inning for Oklahoma State. Another crooked number as they score 4 times.
I think all good hitters know how to get on time, but then they also get good pitches to hit. And when guys are doing that and they have good swings and talent, they take care of the rest.
How has Nolan Schubert grown as a hitter since being at Oklahoma State?
Well, he has some gifts with the bat in his hand that are unteachable. But what I'm most proud of him for is his continued growth as a student of hitting. He continues to cut down on his strikeouts. He continues to put the ball in play more and more. That last at bat is a great example of a guy that laid off some difficult pitches that maybe early in his career he might have chased. He didn't. He hung in there. He took a tough 2-strike fastball and got us a big hit. So he just keeps evolving, but his talent is immense, and he's a lot of fun to watch.
What's made Holiday so effective tonight?
Well, he's one of the best competitors I've ever coached. His internal fortitude to compete every pitch and concentrate and make adjustments is awfully good. He's just such a tough-minded individual with good pitches and great command of the ball.
Last question I have for you. You told me before the game that you might love this job a little too much. Why is this such a passion for you?
Well, I just, I think for all of us that, get a chance to do what we love. And then for me, I got all the emotion of having gone to school here and grew up here. So just a lot of roots. I mean, it just kind of hits a little deeper.
We won't make you cry in game, Coach. Thank you. Clay?
Josh getting a little choked up there, and I appreciate that. He comes from a baseball family. Everybody knows about the holidays. And, he really does truly love his job. I mean, wears it on his sleeve. You see it there.
Boy, he never sits down.
Kluska bunting, and almost to the point where he could have possibly beat that out if it had been placed a little bit better. But he does get the job done moving Khalees over to second.
Josh Holiday, he never sits down. He always right there on the edge of the dugout, always talking to the players, cheering on the players. Lane Forsythe, last night, got picked off at third base with the bases loaded end to inning, and he's I'm not going to get on my player for something like that. He's hustling. He's out there playing. He's always positive, very energetic, and he gets choked up right there because he basically grew up with this program, Oklahoma State.
Carter throws out Brait. Over to third goes Khalees, who started this inning with a single. 2 down for Prevesk. Josh Holiday, 12 years as head coach at Oklahoma State, has never missed an NCAA tournament. That's impressive. Never missed a regional, and he's hosted a good bunch of them.
Yes, he has. He trusts his coaches. I mean, that's the biggest thing now. You see the head coaches, some of them want to do more than one thing. Josh Holiday has the pitching coach. They got a hitting coach. He got all these, and he lets them do their job. He does overlook everything, but look, everyone has their own book. Everyone is just into the game, and a lot of coaching staffs around America are like that.
Fly ball to left, and that's going to do it as UCF gets Khalees to third. But they can't get him in. Still 8-0.
Welcome back to Arlington, here with UCF head coach Rich Wallace. Coach, what has made Oklahoma State's offense tough to slow down tonight?
I mean, it's hard to miss the barrel. They've got runners on, and they've done damage with some action and extra base hits, and we got to figure out a way to get a zero here.
What is the challenge now for you as you manage a bullpen, knowing that you want to win tonight, but you also have a future hopefully in the tournament?
Yeah, we're just trying to give us a shot to come back and play this game the way we know we're capable of, and you're chasing zero, so we're going to use everybody we got that's available. There's no tomorrow, and figure out a way to hold them here.
We talked about on the broadcast how it's a family affair with having your daughter Easton. What does it mean to see her at the end of the dugout here?
It's great. We miss a lot of time with our kids as coaches, and a chance to be around her as much as I possibly can, even though I can't talk to her during the game. I know she's there, and it's great.
Who loves baseball more, you or your wife, Alex?
My wife, without a doubt.
I love it. Thanks, Coach. Clay.
All right. Thanks, T-Mac. Rich Wallace and the UCF Knights. What a great addition to the Big 12.
It's always tough. Conversations like that when you're chasing 8. You still want to be positive. Good job by Taylor right there, getting coached. I love it. They can't really talk to her that much, but I know she's here. The presence of his daughter and family. Very true statement. You do miss a lot of family time, coaching, playing.
It's tough business. Well, the wedding was at Rosenblatt, so yeah, his wife must be the bigger fan.
And Clay, just so we're clear, that was her idea.
Right.
It was not his. So I would concur that she does appear to be the bigger baseball fan and has never missed an opening weekend at the College World Series. Doesn't matter where Rich is, she is in Omaha that weekend.
There's a chance that UCF could end up there. Brigham strikes out to start the 5th. Sosnowski came on in relief last inning. He starts the 5th inning. UCF, they're in the tournament by everyone's projections. The RPI is good. Their body of work is good. They finished 8th in the league, but because of the non-conference performance. 19-3 in non-conference play. That included a win over Florida. They did great against the Florida schools out of conference. Should be enough to get them in. And you know, they won 2 games here at the Big 12 tournament as well. And they're not done yet in this one.
Halfway through this one.
Lane Forsythe at the plate. Forsythe 1 for 2 with an infield single and a run scored. Forsythe knows what it's all about to be in Omaha in June. Launches this one down the line. That's going to be a tough play, and nobody's going to get there. Ziska, great effort, sliding on the warning track. Forsythe was a freshman and made 58 starts at shortstop for the Mississippi State Bulldogs a few years ago. Was named to the College World Series All-Tournament team. I mean, he's got a really good glove. We have seen his arm from deep short a few times in this tournament.
He's been really smooth out there. Good range at shortstop. Talked about the arm. He went in the 5-hole closer to third base.
Called strike
across the infield. Yeah, got him right there. Back-to-back strikeouts for Sosnowski here in the 5th.
There's Alex, Rich's wife. It's a sweet-looking jacket. Coach's number on there.
Keeping score. Got her scorebook.
That makes it a lot easier when she's as much of a baseball fan, if not a bigger one, than you, when it's your profession. Colin Ritchie is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Oklahoma State leading 8-0, 2 in the first, 2 in the second. Had a big 4-run fourth. This bottom part of the order for Oklahoma State has been very productive in this game. 4 runs have come from 7, 8, and 9.
Top 3 in the order scoring 3, bottom 3 scoring 4. Trying to get the middle of that lineup going.
Ground ball, shortstop, Kluska charging. And Oklahoma State goes 1, 2, 3 in the 5th. We have played 5 here at Globe Life Field. UCF trying to get some offense going.
No party like a watch party. Very interesting to see how the committee seeds these teams. We knew they were going to get in. We've got Omaha covered. Pulled off a little bit of a surprise. They are in. Let the road to Omaha begin.
Selection Monday is always so much fun. It's always a little nerve-wracking. ESPN 2, noon Eastern on Memorial Day. Matt Schick and company. Company being Kyle Peterson and the professor Mike Rooney breaking it down. We think the Big 12 will be well represented, and K-State may be a little nervous, but the projections right now have the Wildcats in. As Ziska swings and misses, he's in an 0-2 hole. Kansas State, a really good body of work this year as far as their schedule. They played a lot of good opponents in the non-conference. Played Tennessee.
No, that's Pete Hughes. That's he wanted to do that. Do you have to beat them? No, but you're playing teams on the road, tough teams. But Kansas State, a real good team. Tyson Neighbors, closer, very talented closer.
Ziska 0 for 2, fly ball right field. Carson Binge coming over toward the line. He'll put it away. 1 down. You know, Pete Hughes was disappointed last year when they were left out, and he knew that he had to do some things They were a little more unconventional this year to make sure that his schedule was beefed up enough so that couldn't get left out again, and he did that. And you can see again they're on the bubble, but they're on the right side of the bubble. This is Bo Decker, who's 0 for 2. Projected field of 64 right now. 7 teams projected to be in, including K-State. Cincinnati was a bubble team coming into the week, Zeke, but that's not the case anymore. Is they won a ball game here. In fact, knocked Texas out of the Big 12 tournament, but RPI a little too high, and they're going to be on the outside looking in. Still a great first year in the Big 12, just like UCF for Jordan Bischel's Bearcats.
Yeah, I mean, what more can you ask for? Winning a record, make it to the tournament. Cincinnati was picked last.
Yes, they were.
Preseason.
And they were in contention to finish as high as second in the regular season right up until the final weekend. They won 17 conference games in this league. Checked his swing. He went. Yep. Strikeout. Bo Decker goes down on strikes. 2 down. Boy, Brian Holiday continuing to bring it. This is 3, 4, 5 in the order, and he's got the first 2 of these. He's retired 4 straight.
Fastball's been up a tick. Just 59 pitches now with 2 outs in the 6th for Holiday.
Check that, 5 straight. And this is Cedarberg who will face, and he's put him down twice. Struck him out in the 2nd. Got him to ground out in the 4th. We saw Garcia in our first game here today for Oklahoma State. Sam Garcia pitching into the 8th inning.
Well, he went 8 shutout.
8 shutout innings.
Yeah. And Robert Krantz came in and got the final 3 outs to win that first game today.
And now Brian Holiday, the number 2 starter. It's really 1A and 1B. Yep. Both of these guys, frontline guys.
They kind of set them up right. You got a guy like Carson Binge who can start game 1 for you and pitch well. And then you save your 1A and 1B for these 2 games a day. Couldn't have worked out more perfect.
Cedarberg with an infield hit. His good attempt. Wolford a strong throw. Picked by Brigham, but Cedarberg beats it out.
And hopped out. A couple hops down there. He had to wait back for it. Just couldn't get enough on it. Good pick over there, but Cedarberg getting down the line for the base hit. Just the 4th of the night for the Knights.
Danny Neary has been hit by 2 pitches from Holiday. And he's been hit by 4 pitches this week in the Big 12 championship. Here's that tweet from Woj about Danny Neary. It's probably in Minnesota tonight. Busy time of year in the NBA. Off to second goes Cedarberg.
When you look at the career numbers for Neareye, he's gotten better every single year. He's grown as a hitter. But talking to him today, there's specifically been a couple things. He's put on a lot of weight since the first time that he met Coach Wallace. He says he's about 30 pounds heavier now, but he also made some big-time swing adjustments. He flattened out his swing. That's been able to allow for more contact, and the numbers have certainly reflected that, especially this season.
Yeah, and he lines this one fair, and it's going to be extra bases and a run for UCF. Danny Neareye continues to produce for the Golden Knights.
Take a look at that flat swing from Neareye. Doesn't get much flatter. You see the shoulders stay level. The bat comes through the zone all in one. No uppercut. Just drove that one down the line.
Became the everyday catcher near the end of March, and he's been their best player in this Big 12 championship as Williamson takes a strike. Finally, they get to Brian Holiday. First run of the ball game for UCF. It comes in the 6th inning with 2 outs. Williamson 0 for 2, has hit a couple of fly balls to deep center. Earhart has tracked him down. A little spark in that UCF dugout now. Losers out of the tournament. Winner will play Oklahoma tomorrow night. 6 o'clock local, 7 Eastern.
On the U.
On ESPN U.
U and Rooms.
Yeah.
On the call.
Down the line. Could be a tough play if it stays fair. It does not. Well, this game would change considerably if they can get Brian Holiday out of the game.
It's almost as if you get him out, you can kind of breathe. He's been in control, as Garcia was in their first game today.
Neareye at second after that RBI double. 1-2. Williamson looks at that one, 2-2. All of a sudden, Brian Holiday's rhythm is off. He's much more deliberate. Ground ball to first. Brigham will end the inning. But an infield single by Cedarburg, and Neareye delivers an RBI double. Knights are on the board. It's 8-1 Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State lost to UCF last night in extra innings, but they did score 6 times. And tonight, they've got 8 on the board with just 7 hits. They've been timely hits. They've been extra base hits.
That's the big thing. Slugging percentage will score runs. Had the home run from Schubert, the double from Ortiz, and that the triple right there from Earhart. Extra base hits usually score a lot of runs. You can extra base hits, you score from first. Score from first on a home run too. So
that's right. Last check.
Yeah.
14 runs over the last 24 hours or so, and 14 hits for Oklahoma State. They've got a comfortable lead in this one. But UCF's on the board now. It's a 7-run game, bottom of the 6th. This is Avery Ortiz to lead it off for the Cowboys. Ortiz, a couple of hits. He had a double in the 2nd, a single in the 4th. Drove in runs each time. Came around to score himself each time. It's been a very good night out of the 8-hole for Ortiz. Chris Sosnowski, 1 2/3, no runs, a hit, no walks, a couple of strikeouts. He has settled it down since coming out in relief. Santala wasn't around for much, and then Wiley hardly started. He got knocked around in the first 2 innings. So is Oklahoma in bed, or are they watching this one?
I imagine some might be in bed watching this one.
So you can do both.
Yeah. Game's not till tomorrow evening. Imagine they might still be up watching.
Kluska, low throw, picked by Bodecker. I guess we're going to have to talk about his glove again.
Ground ball out to Mikey. He's going to come across the body and just can't put enough on it. But what's the pick? Right there. That saved it. Base runner by Bodecker.
Charlie Carter hitting 073. He's in the game because of his glove behind the plate. Giving Doherty a rest. He's hit by a pitch and scored a run in the 4th. Fly ball right side. Ziska will make the catch. 2 down. Back to the top of the order, and Earhart. UCF won the rubber game of its road series at Baylor on Saturday. And then they stayed in Texas. They didn't go back to Orlando after that Baylor series. And that being a pretty smart move. And then on top of that, they had Wednesday off after the Tuesday win. And because of the upset, they were able to get that Wednesday break. And I thought that extra rest came in handy last night when this game was late, as it was well past midnight. UCF had the energy to outlast Oklahoma State and get to this 2-0 semifinal.
Oh, I mean, with the day off, it means you don't have to play that extra game.
Right.
Save some arms, save your legs.
Now it's single elimination, so even a loss tonight means they're out of the Big 12 championship. Winner will get Oklahoma tomorrow. It's been a good night for Earhart. RBI triple in the 2nd, walk and a run scored in the 4th. Oklahoma State has been in command since the bottom of the 1st inning. 3rd batter of the game, Nolan Schubert, got that 2-run homer. And it's been pretty low stress in that Cowboys dugout since then.
Yeah, you can relax a little bit and take an 8-0 lead through 4.
Earhart skies to center. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Sosnowski. 8-1, we head to the 7th here at Globe Life. On this holiday weekend, Brian Holiday has been really sharp, and he has kept the Knights off balance in the semifinal game.
His team got him 2 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd. And as he usually does, goes out and fills up the strike zone. Pitching really well. 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run. Hasn't walked a hitter, but has hit 3 in the game. Struck out 5. Only 2 walks in his last 20 2/3 innings.
Holiday pitching here in the 7th inning. You know, I guess you could say got a little bumpy in the 6th inning, gave up that infield hit to Cedarburg. And then the RBI double to Neareye, but you know, he's had mostly this kind of stuff. Forsythe throws out Calise. Calise has had a couple of hits tonight against Holiday, but he's turned down this time. 1 away here in the 7th. We have seen what we kind of expected from Garcia and Holiday. They're 2 frontline guys. We saw it in the first game against Texas Tech. Garcia, and now Holiday against the Knights.
Yeah, it was set up nicely for the Cowboys. Like we talked about, Benj going game 1. They didn't even start their 2 aces till today. Garcia in game 1. Holiday now in game 2 tonight.
We talked about it earlier today too, Zeke. You know, the reason that Oklahoma State #1 in the Big 12 in ERA coming into the day, these 2 guys. I mean, you know, everyone else too, but first and foremost, those 2 weekend starters, you know, going out and just doing what they've been doing here at this day here today. Pretty impressive as Kluski drives one to center, and the lineup will turn over for Braid.
Well, they're a really good 1-2 punch, lefty righty. Or Garcia and a Holiday. Their numbers were very similar on the season. Both of them with over 100 strikeouts. They don't walk many, either one of them. So you get through a regional round, you got these 2 studs going in a super regional round. Got to feel pretty good about that.
Braid is 1 for 3. And last night, Oklahoma State did not get a good start from Brennan Phillips. Remember, he only faced 8 batters, walked 3, hit a batter. He was gone after 1. So to get the kind of starts that we've seen from the Cowboys today is really making Josh Holiday feel good. Fly ball to right. Braid is out. That'll bring up Prevesk. Kluska goes back to first. Robert Kranz was the only reliever we saw for Oklahoma State in that first game.
Came in the 9th, got 3 up, 3 down. So as many as Holiday already pitching you into the 7th inning here against the Knights.
Comebacker. Forsythe had that position perfectly. And a force out at second. That's the end of the top of the 7th. Stretch time at Globe Life. Most Big 12 championships. Well, Texas with 5. They didn't win it this year, and the last one was 2015. TCU 4. They won it last year, of course. Oklahoma recently, a couple of years ago, and then of course went on to the College World Series finals 2 seasons ago. And Oklahoma State, their last in 2019. They've won it 3 times. This is a great tournament, and it's hard to win it. But Josh Holiday has his team poised for a winner-take-all date with in-state rival Oklahoma tomorrow night. Cowboys lead it. Comfortable 7-run lead here in the bottom of the 7th. And Carson Binge leading it off here against Chris Sosnowski, who's been very good since coming on in relief. 2 2/3 shutout innings, Zeke, and just 1 hit allowed.
Throwing the ball well. Inherited a bases loaded, nobody out when he came in. Since then, throwing the ball well, as you just gave his numbers.
Caught the outside corner there. Ben, Schubert, and Wolford. This is hit a ton to center. Binge is going to hit it over the wall. Goodbye home run. Carson Binge. Man, is he good.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of baseballs go out that area this week.
That's his second of the championship.
None have left the yard out there.
No, that's kind of a that's Death Valley out there. But Binge finally got one over that wall.
He went down and got it. Watch how low this ball is. Went down and got it. Not sure because we haven't seen one go over the wall out there, and just enough off the back wall. Sosnowski can just shake his head.
Rich Wallace is going to come out, and he's going to pat Sosnowski on the shoulder, but that's all for Chris. It's now 9-1. And the specter of the 10-run rule has to be, looming in the back of Rich Wallace's mind, too. Decides to make a pitching change. We'll talk about it when we come back.
As we're getting you ready for the Phillips 66 Big 12 baseball tournament. 20 times. Get out of town, Brandon Taylor.
This has a chance. Goodbye home run. Now it's time to crown a champion. What a tournament for TCU. Their 4th title and 2nd in 3 years. TCU wins the Big 12 tournament. Hard to believe that's almost a year ago. And we'll have another championship game tomorrow. Oklahoma against one of these two teams. The Frogs were so good last year, and they were in a shootout this morning with Kansas. We got eliminated, so not around to defend their title. This is Kyle Kramer coming on, pitcher number 4 for UCF tonight.
32nd appearance for Kyle Kramer. Very reliable arm, 7-3 record. Only 11 walks in 40 innings right now. Just trying to keep it here. I mean, a couple more runs on the board and this game can be over. Carson Binge, just another home run here in Arlington.
Now, there is a 10-run rule after 7, so a bloop and a blast would end this thing. Nolan Schubert, 2-run homer in the 1st, a 2-run single in the 4th.
That might hit the roof.
Hits this a ton, but waiting for it to come down. Brait. It's.
I think it went up and over the beams. It did.
Are you kidding?
No, it went up and over the beams.
I lost it, to be honest.
We got a mobile camera guy up there. I think. I mean, I did. I was waiting for it to hit the beam up.
Yeah, it was up there a long time. It's been an interesting week here at Globe Life. Watching the players, who aren't used to this big league ballpark, handle the environment, the roof, the outfield wall. We've seen some wicked caroms out there. This is not an easy place to play in.
No, I mean, the ball, we've seen a couple hit the wall and bounce back toward the lines. Got to chase them. It's a lot of nooks and crannies out there. And if you're not used to it, Oklahoma State's played quite a few games here. UCF, not so much.
Yeah, Oklahoma State played 26 times here at Globe Life Field in the last 3 years. They are 15-11 in those games. 6-1 this season. Oklahoma State was playing games here back in February. They got a win over Michigan. They beat Arkansas, which has had a terrific year. That's one of the highlights of Josh Holliday's team's resume. Wolford to center. A rocker step, and now Williamson makes the catch. 2 down. Leadoff home run by Binge to make it 9-1. Brigman comes up. It's been a tough tournament. For Colin Brigham, I think Josh Holliday would like to see him swing out of this sooner than later. I mean, Oklahoma State's doing just fine without his contributions, but Colin Brigham is such a big part of what the Cowboys do from game to game offensively. They need him to get back on track.
Well, maybe he'll do it sooner.
One for 15 in the Big 12 championship.
Struggling here in Arlington.
I don't think that ball went over that beam. I think you're pulling my leg. I lost it, so I'd have to take your word for it.
Right, so you don't know.
I'm telling you, I don't know.
I kept my eye on it.
I can confirm it went over the beam. I watched it.
You're kidding me.
No.
I lost it in the glare from the big jumbotron. And so you know, if you say it did, it did. That's amazing.
He believes you, Taylor.
I don't know what that says about you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's a line drive foul. I needed a second opinion. See, it's about the angle. You have the same angle as me, Zeke. So that's why I was a little apprehensive to believe
And
you.
obviously, I have better eyes.
Oh, well, just
We're
about
both wearing glasses, so I don't
yeah,
know.
everybody pretty much has better eyes than me. But we are very grateful for this facility. Just think of how backed up we would have been with all that rain we got on Wednesday.
Wow. Thankful for the roof.
Oh boy, that hit him. Colin Brigham wears that one. Looks like he's going to be okay. Shrugs it off. He's headed down to first. 2-out base runner, and now Lane Forsythe could end this with one big swing.
Another one on the toe. Right off the toe of Brigham.
Forsythe, an infield single and a run scored. He has struck out a couple of times too. 3 home runs on the year. Not a big power guy, but certainly capable. First pitch to Forsythe from Kramer is down and away at 90. Strike, 2-1. Now the count even at 2 to Lane Forsythe. Brigham in at first. UCF was picked 10th out of 13 teams in the Big 12 preseason poll. Here they are in the semifinals of the Big 12 tournament. And on the right side of the bubble for the NCAA tournament. It's been a good first year in this league. Trying to get off the field here.
Looks like we're going to keep our record intact, though. 11:56.
Yeah, they're going to push it past midnight again, 2 nights in a row. These two teams. Runner goes, and he walked him. Now 2 on for Colin Ritchie. Now something hit to the gap could end the ball game.
By Forsythe right there. He swung through the slider and then just started taking them. I mean, that was just you think you would want to swing the bat in this situation. You're up 8 in the 7th. We'll have another pitching change, I believe.
I think you're right.
Got a quality at bat for Forsythe.
Rich Wallace, another walkout to the mound. You've probably noticed the black eyes for Rich. Hit with a foul ball on the first night of the tournament. He's okay, but he's got some black eyes. Now pitching change. 9-1 ball game with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. College World Series back in Omaha, starts June 14th on ESPN. Alex Wallace is going to be there even if UCF doesn't qualify, but there's a chance that they do. The wife of head coach Rich Wallace. Rich has just made another pitching change. Tyler Kozera on now in relief for UCF, and he's got 2 on with 2 out here in the 7th inning. A home run would end it. A ball to the gap likely ends it, as there is a 10-run rule after 7. And it's 9-1.
Just 7 innings on the season for Kozera. Good fastball. Can be anywhere from 91 to 95. Try to get out of this inning for the Knights. Get them back in the dugout and try to skid some runs.
Just about to hit midnight again. These teams played in the wee hours this morning. 12:58 is when it officially ended last night. I think we're going to do better than that tonight. This is Colin Ritchie, the freshman. Jumps on the first pitch from Kozera. Ritchie hitless tonight, 0 for 2, but a walk and a run scored. Had a pinch hit against Texas Tech earlier in the week. 6 home runs on the year. And it's officially Championship Saturday here in Arlington. Inside. Yeah, Kozera does throw hard. Brigham at second, Forsythe at first. Ritchie popped it up. Catcher's got it. Near eye puts it away, and the inning is over. So Oklahoma will strand 2 in the 7th. We play on, heading to the 8th here in Arlington.
But Carson Binge with another knock. This one over the wall in center. Carson Binge on fire.
Top Big 12 draft prospects. Carson Binge is among them, according to Kylie McDaniel. Of course, J.J. Weatherholt, Big 12 Player of the Year last year. Despite an injury this season, he's high on everybody's list. And Kalen Culpepper is a star from K-State. Carson Binge just hit his 17th home run of the year in the 7th. And it's now 9-1 Oklahoma State.
I want to talk a little lineup construction, shall we? I was talking pregame with Josh Holliday about the way they utilize Binge in the order, because it's been a trend in recent years in Major League Baseball that you move your best hitter up to the 2-hole. I'm thinking Mike Trout. That's where he hits when healthy with the Angels, and that's what they're doing with Binge here. He's in that 2-hole. It shows how much they value him, and when you talk to Holliday about the way that he prioritizes the lineup, he doesn't want Binge to be on deck at the end of the game. He wants him to get that final at bat, which the two-hole hitter gets the most at-bats throughout the course of the game.
So they've moved him to that spot so he can get a few more ABs. And that's obviously been a good move for his development. And it's worked out for the Cowboys too, Zeke.
Well, sure.
You know, you're seeing that a lot now. Teams putting their best hitter in the 2 spot.
I don't know the reasoning behind it. I mean, probably get more at bats.
More at bats for sure.
Yeah, the thought is you don't want to end the game with your best hitter on deck, because the numbers show that they will get more at-bats in the 2-hole. And so would you rather have your best hitter on deck or in the batter's box?
Batter's box.
You pass.
Thank you.
Ding, 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 ding. Right answer. Yeah, he's been fun to watch this week, and looks like we're going to get a chance to see him again tomorrow. Brigham in. Not going to have enough room. Ziska, Bodecker, and Cedarburg, 3, 4, and 5 here in the 8th inning. UCF has been chasing it ever since the 1st inning when they got down 2-0. 1 run came across in the 6th, driven in by Danny Neary, who has been absolutely terrific this tournament for UCF. Earhart. He has it. And Ziska is out. He's 0 for 4.
Just 90 pitches into the 8th inning for Holiday. So Garcia go 8 innings in their first game tonight.
It's been a stress-free 7 1/3 so far. Again, he gave up those hits in the 6th inning that produced a UCF run, but really pretty easy going.
Good ratio there, strike to balls.
And then he'll be on track for the regionals next week. Bodecker's 0 for 3. Good bet that Oklahoma State's going to be a host, and you know, I don't know if they win the whole thing, maybe they get into the conversation for a top 8 national seed.
And right now they're 13.
There's a chance. There's that Oklahoma State resume again, that RPI. You said it's actually up to 13?
I believe. Oh, they're 13 national seed.
Okay, gotcha. There's the RPI 15. Got a great place to play in Stillwater. The crowd will always show up for a regional. Such a good environment. Shortstop going back. Forsythe will have it. 2 down.
They love their sports, love baseball up there. Always, since they've been in the Big 8 back in the day, always supporting the baseball team. All the way back to the Inky days.
Pete Incaviglia for sure. Robin Ventura.
Wasn't bad.
Ground ball. That's going to get over the glove of Wolford. That just ate him up. Matt Cedarburg rips one to third, and Wolford was on his heels. 2-out base runner.
Was pretty firm out in front of home plate, and the ball takes a hop, and the second hop right there is the one that gets you. It really has top spin on it.
And now they'll shift for Neary. Neary hit by 2 pitches and an RBI double. They're going to give a single to Cedarburg. Neareye 5 for 9. (17 total bases, but this time he is going to be out. And so are the Knights in the 8th inning.
Last question I have for you. You told me before the game that you might love this job a little too much. Why is this such a passion for you?
Well, I just, I think for all of us that, get a chance to do what we love. And then for me, I got all the emotion of having gone to school here and grew up here. So just a lot of roots. I mean, it just kind of hits a little deeper.
We won't make you cry in game, Coach. Thank you. Clay? Josh Holliday, proud Oklahoma State alum. Very, very proud head coach of this program, and you can only imagine the emotions he would feel if Oklahoma State could win a title tomorrow, and then the road to Omaha starts, and a potential national title, I'm sure, would bring the waterworks. But I love the genuine answer. I was talking to him pregame just about this dream job that he has and how he, from a very, very early age, fell in love with the idea of hitting and teaching hitting, and now he gets to do it for a living in his hometown, the school he grew up cheering for and watching, and it's a pretty cool story.
No doubt about it. Thanks, T-Mac. Yeah, Holliday wasn't just a ball player at Oklahoma State either. He was a 3-time All Big 12 performer. First team in '98 as a catcher. In '99 at third base. Comes from a great baseball family.
Uncle coached there, dad pitching coach there for a long time, head coach. Entire Holiday baseball family. They got #1 picks overalls. Got another one coming up. Matt Holliday's got another one coming up.
New catcher in the ball game for UCF, Dylan King now, as Kozera stays on the mound for UCF. And out in center field, A.J. Nessler. Remember Nessler from last night? About this time, I guess, maybe about a half an hour from now or so. A.J. Nessler had that pinch hit. That proved to be the game-winning hit. He's out in center field now. Avery Ortiz at the plate, swing and a miss. Full count. Seems like an appropriate way to end this exciting week here in Arlington. This one has hit a ton toward the gap. On his horse, Ziska, he's not going to get there. Off the wall, Ortiz to second. He's going to put on the brakes. And Charlie Carter is due up next. And again, the 10-run rule is in effect. If they can get a home run here, that would end it.
That ball really got out there in front of the UCF bullpen. Just kept carrying. A third hit of the game for Avery Ortiz.
The second double. Swing and a miss. Carter, soft liner. Back in the second, he was out, hit by a pitch and scored in the fourth, and flew out in the sixth. Train of thought was interrupted there, but Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, what a great way to end this week. You know, that rivalry renewed.
That'd be a good game tomorrow.
We hope you can tune in later today as it happens. It'll be 6 o'clock here in the Dallas Metroplex. Globe Life Field in Arlington. If you can get to the ballpark, certainly do it. But we'll have it for you on ESPNU at 7 Eastern time. And Carter is out. One down here in the 8th. Earhart, leadoff man, will get another chance. He drove in a run with a triple in the 2nd inning. Here's a guy who could end it with one swing.
Got one here this week.
That came on Wednesday against Texas Tech against Zach Erdman, Red Raiders starter. His 12th of the year. And of course, the guy on deck, we all know how capable Carson Binge is. Earhart will sit down. This is what Carson did his last time up.
Got a hold of that one.
And how?
First one we've seen go over that wall out there in center field.
17th of the year. That was a solo shot in the 7th. This is going to score a run. Ortiz will come in, and it's now 10-1. Carson Binge. Incredible. 3rd hit of the night. His 9th of the championship.
Had multiple hits all games but one here in Arlington.
9 for 18 here in Arlington. That's his 4th run batted in of the tournament too. And now Nolan Schubert. Schubert's had another good game. 2-run homer in the 1st. 2-run single in the 4th. And of course, he had a 2-run homer in the earlier game against Texas Tech. It was a win over the Red Raiders that knocked Tech out of the tournament. 4-0 the final.
I think down 10-1, if I was Lex Bodecker, I'd be playing behind Binge. Don't think he's going to steal a base.
Right.
And you got Schubert in the box, left-handed hitter. I think I would play as far back as I could. Guess what, Clay?
You know what? I saw it that time. It hit the beam. Incredible.
Same hitter.
I mean, to do it once is impressive, but then to turn the trick again an inning later, it's something else.
Let's see a hat trick.
The 2-2. Called strike 3. Last chance for UCF. They need 9 to tie. Cowboys ready to go on to the Sooners tomorrow. Here's a holiday package for you. We're still a long way from Christmas, but this is the kind of present Josh Holliday was hoping for. A great outing by Brian Holliday.
Yeah, a lot of fastballs, keeping the ball down in the zone. Has gone to the off speed a little bit here later in the game, but great numbers his last complete game. this year against TCU, March 23rd. Looking to repeat it. No walks for Holiday in this game. Still just 18 on the season.
And this will be pitch 100. This is King, who came in defensively last inning. And we've got a new left fielder. Krull is in the game now for Oklahoma State. One to King. Swing and a miss. Delray Beach, Florida. UCF has nothing to be ashamed of this season at all. In fact, a very impressive first year in the Big 12. Rich Wallace and the Knights are going to be playing somewhere next week, probably as a 3 seed. It's kind of unfortunate too. They go 2-0, yet they get into this single elimination setup and get knocked out here by the 2 seed Oklahoma State. 1 down. And Anthony Calabro is going to hit next. Strikeout number 6 for Brian Holiday. Looking to wrap this one up himself. What a gift to playing on the Holiday thing again.
Right.
What a gift to the bullpen, the Oklahoma State bullpen. You know, we saw some guys get up from time to time. I don't know what they're really doing out there, just maybe getting in some bullpen work.
Just a little throwing in.
But, you know, everyone is going to be ready to go for Oklahoma tomorrow.
Got 8 from Garcia in game 1 today. Now you're looking at 9 from Holiday.
Unbelievable.
Crans through one inning, 3 up, 3 down, 9th in the first game, so they will be fully loaded. They're getting on him right there, like, you couldn't finish your game.
You cynic.
You only go 8. 8 shutout.
Anthony Calabro out of Jacksonville. Hits it well to center. Earhart on the run, and he's not going to get there. That's going to be a double. Bounces up over the wall. Calabro with a pinch hit double with 1 out here in the 9th. And Andrew Sundin will hit next.
Earhart plays a shallow center field and took a step in. This ball was hit really well by Calabro. Took 1 step in and then couldn't get back to it. Good effort.
He does play shallow, but he can because he's got the wheels to cover it.
Right. Well, sometimes an outfielder will play deep because they have a hard time going back on the ball. They play shallow because they have a harder time coming in. Earhart goes back on the ball real well.
That was the 8th hit for UCF tonight as Sundin comes up. 5 homers on the year. Andrew Sundin was first team All-American Athletic Conference last year, had 16 home runs.
There is throwing now going on in Oklahoma State bullpen. 3-0 count here.
Holiday probably a little tired. There's a strike. 3-1.
112th pitch from Holiday right there.
Fly ball, Binge will cruise in and camp under it for the second out. Calabro will get back to second. And now the Knights are down to their last out here in Arlington this week. Andrew Braid is going to hit for himself. He's 1 for 4 tonight. So Brian Holiday 1 out away from a complete game victory in the Big 12 championship semifinals.
Been a great performance from him. Been a great performance from Oklahoma State pitching all day.
That's it. A complete game, 1-run beauty. Brian Holiday. And it'll be bedlam tomorrow night for the Big 12 tournament title.
A big day for Oklahoma State, knowing they had to win 2 to get into that finals tomorrow against Oklahoma. Able to do that on 2 great pitching performances by Sam Garcia and a complete game, 1-run, 8-hitter for Brian Holiday. As you said, bedlam tomorrow. This place will be hopping.
Sure will.
Holiday weekend. It'll be crazy here.
6th win of the year for Holiday as he piggybacks that terrific start from Garcia. Garcia won his 7th earlier today against Texas Tech. And so there you see it, the matchup 7 Eastern tomorrow night on ESPNU, 6 here in Arlington. It's been a great week, and that is going to be a wonderful capper.
1-2 in the conference. You got the 1-2, got the byes for their first games, but Oklahoma State a little longer road to get to the championship game. Should be a good one tomorrow night at 6 o'clock.
Oklahoma Skip Johnson, the coach of the year, will be matching wits with Josh Holiday, but the Holiday of the moment is Brian Holiday, and he's with Taylor.
Yeah, there's no doubt, Clay. What a performance by you. What allowed for the efficiency tonight?
I mean, I don't think it was really me. I think it was really the offense. Offense and defense all around. It was a team effort. They put up a bunch of runs for me, and that gave me a lot of confidence to go out there on the mound.
As far as your pitch mix, what was working?
Fastball slider was really working. Curveball was working early. Started to lose a little bit of feel for it later, but then we started to get feel for the changeup later on too. So,
at what point did you realize you had the chance to go 9 innings here?
I mean, I went in there after the 8th, and I just looked at my pitching coach, and I was like I'm good to go because we need to save pitching for tomorrow as well. So I was just like, let me go out there and try to complete this.
What did it do for you, the fact that your offense went out and did give you the early lead?
Just gave me confidence on the mound because I knew that our offense was hot. I knew that they were going to be able to score a bunch of runs for us today, and it gives me a lot of confidence to go back out on the mound.
We hear bedlam. What does it mean to Oklahoma State to be able to face Oklahoma in the Big 12 championship?
To us, it's just another game. We just got to go out there. We got to compete and go out there and win a tournament championship.
Just another game. I don't know if I believe that, Clay.
I don't either.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He can't say it with a straight face. What a game. Brian Holiday and the Oklahoma State Cowboys will see their arch rivals tomorrow night. It's going to be good, Zeke. Look forward to seeing you.
I'm going to be watching.
Oh, that's right.
You're with Rose tomorrow. Had a great week.
Had a great week. Enjoy your golf. We'll see you tomorrow night. Everyone else, for Taylor McGregor, Greg Swindell, 10-1 the final. Cowboys and Sooners tomorrow night here in Arlington.